Okay, we're going to be broadcasting tonight's game at 7 o'clock, the final game of the season for Atlantic City FC. Be playing the Philadelphia Union Development Squad.
Oh, you want to sit together? Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stockton University, home of Atlantic City FC. We ask you that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stockton University. Mark Narducci here for National Premier Soccer League action. Tonight's game between the host Atlantic City FC Aces and the Philadelphia Union Development Squad. This is the final game of the NPSL season, and neither of these teams will be in the playoffs this year. Atlantic City was in the running until losing last week 4-1 to the Jackson Lions. It'll be FC Motown, the top seed, and the Jackson Lions, the number 2 seed, playing for the championship next week in the Keystone Conference. But a lot for both teams to still be looking for. Atlantic City at 4-4-1, looking to get a winning season this year, and the Philadelphia Union Development Squad 1-6-2, but has played much better than that record indicates. And this is one of the youngest teams in the league. And they will be guided tonight by assistant coach Ian Hennessy. And he says, you know, we want to get a good result as well, as did Alexis Mendoza of Atlantic City, saying that we want to end this season on a positive note. Let's get to the lineups. First for the home team, Atlantic City, Zach Maddock will be playing in goal. Ryan Cleary, who's been a staple in the defense, center back, along with Yaya Cisse. Jason Barrigan, one of the key midfielders. Grayson Parks will be starting up front. Kevin Kiernan, also in the midfield. Colby Raymond, who has really played well, especially late in the season, before he heads off to Villanova University, will be one of the forwards. James Cahill, who's been very solid all season as an outside back. Chad Catalana gets a start at midfield. Kai Forsythe will be in the left back. And Uche Wokacha, who's been one of the steadiest players for this Atlantic City team. For the Philadelphia Union, you'll have winger Anthony Washington, midfielder Liam Mullen, Diego Ramirez also in the midfield. Robert Myrick is center back. Jack Andrus in the back as well. Pedro Vercosa, also one of the center backs. Ryan Zelfro is playing in the midfield. Jude Clymer at midfield. Sandu Zama as one of your outside backs. And your keeper, who's played keeper most of this season for the Union, is Justin Ross. Atlantic City in the white uniforms. The Union actually in the Philadelphia Union uniforms, the dark uniforms there. That'll be Diego Ramirez with the kick inside there. Cisse made the play. That's an excellent defensive play by Yaya Cisse, back in the starting lineup. Here's 99. Sandu Zama. And remember, this is a very young Philadelphia Union development squad. There's Catalana, had a big defensive play a couple of weeks ago, late in the game for Atlantic City FC in that win over FC Monmouth. Coming the other way, they were looking for Liam Mullen, number 40. Mullen is a guy that's really going to help the attack. That was Wokacha. And making his first touch is Justin Ross, the keeper. Union trying to get it out, but Atlantic City keeping the pressure up. Andrus with the kick out. That ball's to Kirill Asanji, who, by the way, I didn't mention, is one of the starters and is a player who's going to be entering his second season at Rowan University. So he knows a lot of the players on this Atlantic City FC team. People like Ryan Cleary and Jason Barrigan. A lot of Rowan presence here. Real good pressure right now by Atlantic City. Myrick with the ball, and he'll chip it out there to Washington. Washington couldn't quite trap it, but a nice pass. And there they're going right down to Asanji. And how about Cisse on the defensive play, and then Cleary hits it off, so it'll be a throw for Atlantic City. Again, Atlantic City FC coming off that 4-1 loss to the Jackson Lions. Jackson took a 3-1 lead. Atlantic City scored a goal, then missed another one from close range, which really would have made things interesting. But then in the second half, it was really mostly Jackson. There's Kai Forsythe, who's wearing a different number tonight. Oh, that's a great play by Forsythe to Parks. Job well done by the Union as Pedro Vercosa kicks it out. Here's Cisse. Barrigan. Barrigan been so steady. Number 6 for Atlantic City, getting the attack started from the back. And now some pressure by the Union. Here's Kernan. Has Andrus to beat on the far side. Goes back to Cahill. You know that Cahill can charge. Cahill trying to wind up. Blocked by Myrick. And a throw in for Atlantic City. Robert Myrick, the center back. 19 years old. Has been with the academy since he's been 15. The Union Academy. Here's Cleary. It's been such a staple on this defense, and we have the offside flag up right now. Your referee tonight, Neil Barbolskew. Assistant referees, Andrew Cerami, Liam Brett, Cedric Cook is your 4th official. Game time temperature here at Stockton University, 85 degrees. Here comes the Union. That's Ryan Zelfro. Nice play that time by Wokacha as 26 for Atlantic City made the steal. Really good job by Atlantic City working it out from the back. And both teams are putting a little pressure in the defensive zone. Forsythe, who made that lazy pass, almost got stolen, but here comes Cleary. Wokacha. Parks, and we know Parks can go down that flank and make some moves. That's an excellent play right there by Robert Myrick. Myrick, the center back, has already made some really good plays. Ball going in. Andrus. Washington. And the score. That score was by Kirill Asanji that time on the pass from Washington as he tips it in. And the Union leading in the 7th minute, 1-0. Earlier this season, these two teams played to a 2-2 draw. For Atlantic City, Colin Beasley, who's their leading scorer, had both goals. Beasley not here tonight for the finale. He has a team-high 6 goals on the season. For Asanji, that is his first of the season. And by the way, we said the Union's leading scorer not here. And there's a ball down the right flank to Zama. Zama makes the move, puts it inside there. Maddock gets it, tipped in. And again, 94. Asanji is right there on the spot. And it's quickly 2-0. That one was scored in the 8th minute. So both goals by Asanji have been pretty much tip-ins, right place, right time. And the Union leading this 2-0. Asanji, 18 years old, he's from Cameroon. had an ankle injury that really hampered him during his first season at Rowan. He's looking forward to having a healthy one this year for the Profs. Well, if you're Atlantic City, at least one thing, there's plenty of time to catch up. Justin Ross got out there quickly. Justin, by the way, is a senior to be at Westchester Ruston. Plays for the Union Academy, but attends Ruston. Atlantic City trying to get something started. Here's Wokacha. Oh, good job by Wokacha. Looked to go back, but then a little miscommunication, and he thought Parks was going to go deep, and that ball will roll out, and it'll be a goal kick. As we said, the Union, despite a 1-6-2 record, has really been in just about every game this season, with the exception of one. There was a 4-0 loss to Keystone East Division champion FC Motown. But other than that, this team has been in a lot of games. Forsyth with the block. That ball was kicked out of there by Jude Clymer. Mullen passes back. Liam Mullen is a guy who's very crafty with the ball. They're going to call that foul on Barrigan, as Diego Ramirez was taken down. Ramirez, 18 years old, hails from Mexico. Here's Asanji again. We know what kind of trouble he's been causing. Cross inside, and Maddock gets on the ball that time. It was Zelfro on the cross. No teammates there, and Cahill now will try to bring it out. Well, one thing we've noticed in the early going is the pressure in the defensive end by the Union has really affected Atlantic City. See how they have to start up the attack again? Now, Barrigan's the guy. He's the target. He'll try to get things going. Raymond. Cahill. How many great runs has he made this year on that right side? Oh, he was looking for Raymond that time. And we have a stoppage here. And it's going to be a free kick. Making that defensive play was Pedro Vercosa on that far side. Going back to Ross. Nice one touch by Zelfro, but intercepted. Here comes Atlantic City. Wokacha taken down. It'll be a free kick for the Aces just inside midfield. Barrigan. Raymond inside. Kiernan. Raymond with the goal. Beautiful give and go. Colby Raymond in the 13th minute, and it's now 2-1. So Raymond, his second goal of the season, and Atlantic City has cut the deficit in half. Raymond's first goal was in a 1-0 victory over the Westchester Predators right here at Stockton University. Told me before the game that they're getting ready for captain's practice. He played at East Stroudsburg, but he's transferring to Villanova for this season. And captain's practice, he said, begins July 22nd. Mullen on the intercept. Cleary broke that one up. And it's a good thing Cleary did, because Asanji, who has scored both goals so far, had a chance to break in on the goal. Well, the Union this season has scored a lot, 15 goals, but has given up 22, now 23. Actually, now has scored 17. It was 15 coming in. How about Wokacha? That's a great pass. Parks. Here comes Forsyth. One times it in. Raymond. Couldn't quite get the hold of it, and here comes the Union. Wokacha. Kiernan. Kiernan with the blast, just wide. Myrick will get it out to Zama. Zama in this short time has shown his ability to carry the ball, number 99. A very dangerous player. Oh, Raymond tried the one touch. May have had some time to trap that ball. Zelfro gets it back. Ross. Myrick, kind of the quarterback of this D. But intercepted by Wokacha. Here comes Parks. Parks to Kiernan. Kiernan winds up. Shot, score! Kiernan in the 17th minute. On a fine play by Parks, and we are all tied at 2. As we said, that was the score in the first game between these two. For Kiernan, his first of the season. Intercepted. Forsyth. By the way, Aiden McGuigan, who's done such a fine job as an outside back for Atlantic City, he's out tonight with an injury. Cross inside. Still Atlantic City ball. So after getting behind quickly by 2 goals, the Aces have answered with 2 of their own. Here comes Raymond. One thing Raymond really does is have great vision, number 16. He'll spread the field as he made that pass all the way outside to Cahill. Notice there's not as much pressure. Remember we were talking about the pressure in the defensive zone by the Union? They have not shown that much lately. You notice that Cisse and Cleary, the center backs, are both way up in the attack. That ball went off Mullen, but Zama kicked it back to his keeper, and Ross got it out. Oh, great play by Cleary as he flipped it over his Rowan teammate, Asanji. But again, Atlantic City continues to have a lot of success attacking from the back, and that was an excellent job by Zama as he headed that ball back to Ross, his keeper. Zama, a couple goals this year, scored in a 3-0 win over FC Monmouth and a 2-2 draw at the Westchester Predators. Ramirez. I'll tell you, Ramirez does a lot to get this attack going, 71, but Atlantic City has done a pretty good job of not allowing him really to get the ball in a lot of open space. You see right now, Wokacha is on him, and that's a really nice matchup, and it'll be Atlantic City just inside midfield on the throw. It's a good one here in a steamy night at Stockton University for the NPSL finale for both teams. That's off Union. Raymond. Catalana makes the turn. Forsyth tried to split two, couldn't do it, and Vercosa on the intercept. Here's Vercosa. Now the pressure by Atlantic City making it hard for the Union to get the ball out. Clymer. Back to Myrick. Myrick, a real heady player. Zama. Zama likes to work that right flank. There's Raymond. How about that touch on bringing it down? And look at the shield to keep possession. That's a great play by 16. Raymond is just so strong. First team all PSAC with East Stroudsburg, had 9 goals during the season. There's a nice defensive play by Vercosa, but a foul there, and it'll be a free kick for Atlantic City. So after getting down 2-0 early, Atlantic City has answered back quickly with 2 of its own. Catalana took a shot that time on the ground. And obviously that wall has to move back, way back. Neil Barbulscu, the referee, moving it back. And I'll tell you what, the way Wokacha can shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to go far post right on the goal. Wokacha, who plays here at Stockton, and he does that at the post, and it's in. How about that? Uche Wokacha with the goal, and it's 3-2 Atlantic City in the 23rd minute. For Uche, that is his 3rd goal of the season. He's the 2nd leading goal scorer on this Atlantic City team behind Colin Beasley. That ball actually hit the post and bounced back in. And 3 consecutive goals by the Aces. Vercosa with the ball right now. Clymer got 1 touch, but it was interception by Kieran. Here comes Raymond. Raymond with the shot. Raymond blocked that time by Myrick. Robert Myrick, the center back, saved a potential goal that time. And it'll be Catalana. Chad on the corner kick. Chad, formerly at Immaculata College. Wokacha, remember, he's very dangerous in the air. Scored on a head ball last week on a corner kick against Jackson. Cleary got his head on it. Raymond shot. Oh, off the post. Off the post. Oh, man. That looked like one of those banana kicks with a spin on it. Here's Cisse keeping it in. Play on. Cisse with the intercept. Relentless pressure by Atlantic City. Here comes Parks. Parks with Zama to beat. Hit out of bounds by Myrick. And it'll be another corner kick for Atlantic City. Jason Barrigan, the Rowan Rising Jr., who appeared in 16 games and made 8 starts last season for the Profs. And of course, Cleary comes up on these head balls, number 5 for Atlantic City. We know how dangerous Wokacha is. Here's the corner. Cleary! Just missed, but they're saying it went off the Union, so it'll be Catalana with Atlantic City's 3rd corner kick of the game. What action here in the first 26 minutes of this NPSL season finale for both teams. Watch Raymond, too. He's very good in the air as well. Cahill got a head on it, and Raymond got it and just couldn't, or excuse me, that was Cleary, couldn't quite make that final kick, and Ross there to put it away. Hey, Cisse did a good job. He was going backwards and headed that ball and still was able to head it to a teammate. You know, when you head the ball, you'd love to be going forward, but he had no choice. He was going backward, but still was able to get it to Catalana. Here comes Forsyth. Mullen on the intercept. Barrigan. A little more pressure now by the Union. This is what we saw early in the game. Washington and Asanji. Back to Maddock, who hasn't touched it. Zach, the mainland product, who plays for Sinus in the Centennial Conference. Remember, Maddox scored a goal late in the game in that 5-1 win over the Jackson Lions. He scored the final goal with just really seconds remaining. Here comes Parks with Zama to beat. Zama came back. What a defensive play there. And Myrick cleans it up, kicks it out, throw in Atlantic City. Catalana, who's had a big first half. Raymond to Catalana. Myrick just got his foot on that ball. Here comes Ramirez. Ever so dangerous. Asanji loses it. Catalana, he's been all over the place. 23 has. And Parks doing a nice job switching it. Catalana there. He was onside. We didn't see a flag. Ross getting to it. How about the experience Ross has had? He's played the majority of the games in goal for this Union team, and he's just entering his senior year at Westchester Rushton. Here comes Zama. Ramirez. We said it before, they've done a good job in limiting 71's touches, Ramirez, here in the first half. Ramirez. Catalana, 23, has just been all over the place for Atlantic City. Really nice pressure by Atlantic City. They tried to go long ball to Washington, but Maddock got there in time. I think they're taking a heat break here. So there was 30:15 on the clock, so we'll have to watch this for stoppage time for the heat break. Just to recap, the Union Development Squad took a 1-0 lead on Kirill Asanji's tip-in from Washington in the 6th minute, and then in the 8th minute, it was Asanji again with a tip-in to make it 2-0. Colby Raymond cut the lead in half with a goal in the 13th minute, his second of the year. And then Kevin Kiernan with just a blast of a shot with a nice assist by Parks. Tied things up in the 17th minute, and then Wokacha on a free kick from about 30 yards out in the 23rd minute. And that's where we stand right now at 3-2. It's interesting because coming into the game, Atlantic City and the Union had scored the same number of goals, both of them 15, but as we said, the Union was first in the league, or you might say last, but first in goals allowed with 22. Atlantic City entered the game having allowed 14 goals. So there was approximately a minute that went off for that break. And that'll just be added, and we should have quite a bit of stoppage time here with 5 goals having been scored. Now more pressure. Asanji trying to carry. And it'll be a free kick for the Union. Andrus on the kick. Cleary with the big head out. That ball was headed back and cleared away by Cisse, and a good thing he did because Ramirez was right there in position. Sandu Zama on the throw. Sanji. Zama goes back. How about Raymond? But right there was Verkosa who got it back to his keeper, Justin Ross. At least momentarily now, Verkosa and Myrick have switched sides. Here comes Kiernan. How many great runs has he made? Kiernan. And again, Verkosa kicks the ball out. Cahill on the far side with the throw to Wokacha. Uche on the chip. Myrick kicked it out. How about that head ball by Wokacha? Barrigan, look how he settles that ball. That's great ball control by 6. Cleary. Cleary more than anybody will switch fields a lot of time. That was a good idea, but Atlantic City looking to one time into Forsyth, but the ball went out. It'll be Zama on the throw. Mullen. Mullen has not had many touches. 40 hasn't had a lot of touches here in the first half for the Union. Here's Raymond. We've said it before on our telecast. Raymond, number 16 for Atlantic City, shields the ball about as well as anybody. That's a great pass to Forsyth. And they were looking to go down the left side to Parks. It's a throw. Now they're saying it's Atlantic City on the throw. Zama arguing that it was off Atlantic City. Here's Forsyth. You notice he's wearing a different number, 77. Usually wears number 25. Forsyth from Derby, England, has had a big summer for Atlantic City. Here comes Zelfro. Zelfro still has it, trying to get that left foot. Makes the shot and wide. Chased that time by Cisse. Couldn't quite get his balance and get his footing on that, but it was a good run by Ryan Zelfro. Again, a little more pressure. And what does Cleary do? He just clears it out to the opposite side. Cisse goes back to Maddock. I'll tell you what, number 2 Washington has been kind of a pest with the way he's been trying to put pressure on. Cahill. Myrick on the clear. Myrick's made some big clears so far. Forsyth, he's got some help. Wokacha moved to an open spot. They didn't see him. Of course, easy to see from up here. Harder when you get down on the field and everybody's going 100 miles an hour. There's Wokacha. What a summer he's had. He's played about as well as any player on this Atlantic City team. That was a good head ball by Verkosa that time. Headed that ball out. Catalana inside. Ramirez missed it, but Myrick backing up the play and made the clear for the Union. Wow, look at that hustle by Wokacha. Kept that ball inbounds. You think this game means something to him? Alexis Mendoza, the head coach of this Atlantic City team, said, you know, we're not here to play out the string. We're disappointed that we're not playing for a conference title, but we're here to win this game. And both teams, by the way, to their credit, are really, really playing hard. Not worried about the standings, as Coach Ian Hennessy said. This is every time it's a chance for these guys to show themselves. Hennessy, the assistant coach to Fred Da Silva. Fred not here tonight. Hennessy quipped that if we win, give me all the credit. If we don't, blame Fred. Zama. Zama has not gotten to make many runs. As we said, he can do that from the right side. Washington couldn't get a hold of it. We have a foul right there, and it looks like Forsyth is down. Or excuse me, it was Catalana. Wait, has Catalana 23 stopped running at all? I mean, he has played an unbelievable game. The St. Augustine graduate who started 67 games during his career at Immaculata College. Here's Barrigan. How about Cleary with that move? Cleary's getting ahead of steam. Cleary going to Forsyth. Forsyth looking for Raymond. Raymond shot! Hit the crossbar! Oh, man! What a play by the Aces, but just couldn't finish as that one hit the crossbar. Great give and go. And even though he didn't score that time, this is a type of pressure that Raymond has been putting on defenses. I think he's been a different player in the second half of the season and has been out really dangerous. Sanji. How about broken up that time by his Rowan teammate, Ryan Cleary? Cahill. Or excuse me, Catalana. Or Cahill. At 22 and 23, sometimes you get them mixed up. It's interesting that Cahill has not had to carry the ball as much as he usually does. And as I say that, he carries the ball up. Look at Raymond, just getting the touch, getting it back to a teammate. They're all bunched up there, though, so Atlantic City goes back to Cisse. Parks has Mullen on him. In the 44th minute, as we said, there should be quite a bit of stoppage time. One thing Atlantic City's doing a good job of is just taking its time, not forcing the issue. Working the ball up very methodically. See Barrigan, he didn't see anything forward. Wilcoch is calling for the ball, and they got it to him. Asanji beat his teammate for the ball. Here comes the Union. Slide tackle by Cisse, and he keeps the ball in. Ryan Zelfro had a head of steam that time, and Cisse not only made the tackle, but kept possession. Textbook defense. Boy, the short passing game by Atlantic City has been very impressive. Ready to head into stoppage time. Atlantic City leading this one 3-2. And the offside flag's up as Catalana was off. So now we're in stoppage time. I think one of the keys in this first half was Atlantic City has limited the touches of Ramirez. Ramirez is a really good distributor. And they haven't really let him create. There he is with the ball right now. Just token pressure by Atlantic City. Zama. Boy, they're working in really tight corners there. Mullen to Washington. Nice back pass. How about that pass by Washington? Andrus looking for some room. Can't find it. Clymer. And Kiernan comes away with it. Kiernan. Here's Barrigan. Does Atlantic City have one more rush in it before the half? Barrigan, he was looking for Forsyth, and Forsyth had to hold up. Forsyth would have been offside. And that's it. So an entertaining first half here at Stockton University. The Philadelphia Union Development Squad scored the first 2 goals, and it's been Atlantic City with the last 3. The Aces lead it at halftime, 3-2. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half. I pushed this, right? half action as we're just about underway with Atlantic City leading by a score of 3-2. By the way, one of the sponsors, Archer and Greiner, attorneys at law. Archer delivers powerful results to its clients regionally and nationally. For over 95 years, we've been providing full-service litigation and transactional legal services to Fortune 100 corporations, small and middle market companies, closely held and family-owned businesses and individuals. That's archerlaw.com. And we're underway. And believe it or not, it is now a frigid 83 degrees. It has dropped 2 degrees. And actually, it is a bit cooler because the sun has gone down. It was steamy in that first half. There's Maddock, who appeared in 10 games last season for Ursinus, at a 1.53 goals against average. Now, we saw pressure early on by the Union, and now we see it again, that time with Andrus on the steal. Myrick back to his keeper, Justin Ross. How about Ross when he returns to high school? What'd you do for your summer? I played in the NPSL. Quite an experience for a youngster who's heading into his senior year at Westchester Rushton. We'll have to see if Pedro Vercosa, right there with the ball, if he makes a few more runs here in the second half with his team down 3-2. Remember, if Atlantic City wins, the Aces will clinch third place in the 6-team Keystone East Division. That ball, a little too hard of a touch by Kirill Asanji, who already has a brace tonight with the 2 goals. Both teams have come out a little tentative here in the second half. How about Cleary? Cleary with the play. Raymond, Cleary. Cleary on the cross. No, holds it. Kiernan. Cleary. Barragan. Really working well, Atlantic City. Myrick on the block, cleared away by Ramirez. Here's Washington. Washington, Asanji, looking to go one-on-one. How about the play that time once again by Cisse? Remember in the first half he made a similar play. Here's Mullen. Mullen on the long cross, nobody there. And that's going to be a throw-in. How about Raymond on that intercept that time? Ramirez takes the shot. And they say that's going to be a goal kick. Well, we said, remember, in the first half that Atlantic City was doing a good job on kind of containing 71 Ramirez. There he got loose a little bit, and you see what kind of talent he has. Again, pressure in the high press in the defensive zone. Cahill, blocked. That was Clymer on the steal. How about Wokacha coming back, 26 on the steal. One thing Atlantic City has really done well has been poised in passing. They don't see anything. They've been going back, but not really forcing a lot of passes. Here's Kiernan. Catalana, who really was, I think, one of the unsung heroes in the first half with the way he was covering territory. Cleary. Cleary does a great job of drawing the defense one way. Cisse going long. Verkosa now. That time making an outlet was Clymer, and he gets it back to Myrick. So Clymer, it looks like they're going to work a lot through Clymer. There he is, 97. And he tried to go long ball. I think he was looking for Jack Andrus, number 82. A little miscommunication there. Here's Cahill. Cisse. Here's Verkosa with a nice move. How about that touch that time? Here's Washington. Blocked by Cisse, and it'll be a corner kick. Zelfro also doing a nice job on the attack. So it'll be Jack Andrus on the corner for the Union. Looked like Wokacha got his head on that. Andrus. Andrus turning the corner, making the turn. Cisse on the block. Relentless pressure by the Union. Ramirez. Play on. Ramirez already, we've seen a couple of potentially dangerous runs by number 71. There's Ramirez. Zama on the far side. Clymer. Clymer did a good job of getting that ball off, and he actually drew the foul that time. Looked like it was on Catalana, so it'll be a free kick for the Union, who have come out with a little bit of fire here in the second half. Zelfro, by the way, was one of the goal scorers in that earlier 2-2 tie against Atlantic City. Nicholas Boodle, who's not here tonight, had the other goal. Myrick, so heady, takes his time. Myrick is the Union's version of Cleary. And that's still on the far side. It's Zama on the throw. Ramirez and Catalana. Catalana gets to it. Throw in Zama on the far side. Zama. All the way back to Verkosa. Andrus, he loves to go in the ball, and tremendous defensive play that time by Cahill. How about Raymond? Look at Raymond turning. Oh, and the offside flag was up for Parks. Well, there you saw 16 Raymond at his best, because he shields as well as anybody. Then he makes the turn to the left side, which is his off foot. and made the pass. He's had a lot. He's made a lot happen here. Looks like Kiernan is coming out of the game for Atlantic City. Looks like Javon Daniels is coming in. Offside flag is up. Matthew Porto into the game as well for the Philadelphia Union, wearing number 77. 3-2 Atlantic City. It's been a good one. It has not been the same frenetic pace. Oh, excuse me, that is not Daniels in the game. That's Asembo Ugo. The Oakcrest graduate into the game for Atlantic City. Ogo, rising senior at NJIT. Barrigan that time. The foul, and it'll be the free kick. Verkosa quickly does the kick. Here's Zelfo. Play on. Cleared by Cisse. Verkosa. Ross. Wow, there was a charge that time by Cahill. He commits the foul. That was Andrus who took the spill, but he's up. Barrigan. I'll tell you, Atlantic City getting a little too casual in the back. Almost a couple of breakaways by this Union team. Here comes Catalana. And that ball's out. And the player down is just in the game, Sean Fatiga. Fatiga, a prolific goal scorer at Widener University, 43 career goals, most in school history. Again, I'm not a medical person, but it looks like he has a cramp there as they're working on him. By the way, assistant coach Ian Hennessy guiding the Philadelphia Union tonight. Hennessy played in the first year of MLS with the New York Metro Stars. Guys like Tony Miola in goal. You know what? That was not Fatiga. That was Parks. Washington got his foot on it that time, but Maddock there. Asanji, but cleared away by Cisse. Raymond. Look at Raymond. Look at him. He has a defender on his back that time. He's calling for the foul play on. And then Myrick was tripped up, and it'll be a free kick. Verkosa. Little too much on that pass. Verkosa, just 17 years old, number 85 is. And we're going to have a keeper change. Roman Sigafus, number 90, into the game. For the Philadelphia Union. Sigafus, just 17 years old, from Harleysville, PA, attends Pennsylvania's Faith Christian Academy. Zama cleared it away. And down there is Kirill Asanji, who has scored both goals for this team. By the way, ACX1 Studios is an official partner of Atlantic City FC. The Pier at Caesars, now known as ACX1 Studios, is a reimaging of an iconic Atlantic City location with over 150 movie sets and full-service, highly equipped staff. ACX1 is the most unique filming location on the East Coast. In addition, ACX1 is home to a 3,000-person entertainment arena, a state-of-the-art events venue, and a slew of other attractions coming soon. For more information, visit acx1films.com. Back to action here in the 62nd minute. Atlantic City holding on to a 3-2 lead. Washington with Cleary to beat. And it's going to be a free kick. It looks just outside of the box for the Union. Andrus lining it up. It looks like Zama there as well. We'll see how they go. Shot off the crossbar that time, over the goal. What a shot that time by Zelfro, off the crossbar. As the Union continues pressure. Andrus on the corner. Well, the Union has done everything but put one in here in the second half. Has really controlled play most of the time. Ramirez. Excellent play that time by Atlantic City's Hugo. Another foul. We're going to have a stoppage here, and we'll see if we have a card issued. Yep. Yellow for Ogo that time. As we can't see who the player is down. While we have a stoppage, Global X Airlines, an official partner of the Atlantic City FC. When you charter a flight from Global X, the entire aircraft is yours and you determine when and where you want to travel. Global X charter flights offer the ultimate in flexibility and convenience. Visit globalairlinesgroup.com. Back to action. By the way, Andrus right there has made more runs here in the second half, and he's been dangerous. Andrus again on the throw. And it looks like Raymond's coming out of the game. And that is Javon Daniels, who I inadvertently said was in the game before. But Daniels, who's had a big second half of the season for this Atlantic City team. Number 21, he's entering his sophomore season at Villanova. And immediately, he and Myrick squared up. Zama trying to chase that down. Clymer. Play on. Cahill. Cahill and Catalan have had a nice little 1-2 passing together. Intercepted Andrus. And trying to make that pass was Zelfro. Had a good idea, but chased down by Cisse and cleared away. Verkosa couldn't control it, and there's Daniels. Here comes Atlantic City coming in, and the ball goes out. And it'll be a corner kick. Barragan to take the corner. Cleary coming up. Also Forsyth, you watch him on the far post. And of course, Wokacha has had a couple head ball goals this year. Barragan. And just getting a piece of it was Sigafus. It'll be Wokacha on the throw-in. I think he's got the best throw-in on the team. I don't know if he can get it to the goal mouth. That's a pretty good heave. Oh, Cisse just got a piece of it, or else Washington would have had a lot of space to operate. I think they're using a new ball here. Zama. Verkosa. Clymer. Clymer's done a lot more, 97 this half in helping with the attack for the Union. Clymer, 17 years old. Another one who attends Faith Christian in Quakertown, PA. There he is with the ball. Myrick. There's Ramirez. And it's going to be a free kick for the Union. Zama lining up to take the kick. He has Ramirez right there. Tried to go back to him, intercepted by Catalana, and makes the clear. One thing, if you're Atlantic City, you just can't play defensive for this last 20 minutes. You have to show some form of attack. Oh, by the way, into the game for Atlantic City is Ryan Gale, wearing number 34. Gale, another one of the Rowan University players, a graduate of Triton High School in Runnymede, New Jersey, a team that plays in the Tri-County Conference. This Atlantic City team, the majority of the players are from southern New Jersey. There's Wokacha. He went to St. Augustine. Cisse, the 27-year-old veteran. Wokacha looking for some help. Switches fields that time. Cahill. And making the defensive play on the far side with Matthew Porto that time. Excellent play. Union ball. Cleary, intercepted by Washington. Washington has a little bit of room. Washington looks to try to tee it up. Blocked that time by Cleary. How about Cleary staying on that play? Oh, man. Daniels has some room. Has Vercosa to beat. Daniels to Gale. Gale stopped. Oh, what a play that time by Roman Sigafus, the keeper. And I believe that's Gale that's down. So Sigafus, who just came into the game, has been tested. By the way, Tilton Fitness is the official training partner of Atlantic City FC. Tilton Fitness, nestled in the vibrant heart of Atlantic City within the iconic Tropicana Hotel and Casino, is not just a gym, it's a destination for those seeking a state-of-the-art fitness experience. With an array of the latest exercise equipment and a variety of fitness classes, Tilton Fitness caters to every workout style, from the casual gym goer to the fitness enthusiast, as we're going to get a water break on this hot evening. For more information, go to tiltonfitness.com. That's tiltonfitness.com. So the break came at with about 73:25 left. Last time the break was for a minute. All the scoring in the first half in this game. Two goals right off the bat by Kirill Asanji gave the Union a 2-0 lead, and then goals by Raymond, Kiernan, and Wokacha. The Wokacha goal in the 23rd minute, and Atlantic City is leading it 3-2. I'll tell you what, you would not know that either of these teams is out of the playoff run with the way they're playing. They're certainly not playing out the string. And you have to think that Ian Hennessy, who's guiding the team tonight, the assistant coach of the Philadelphia Union, and Alexis Mendoza of Atlantic City FC. You have to be happy. I think they have to be happy with the effort of their players. Cisse didn't get all of that, but was able to clear it. Ogo still with the ball. Daniels. Andrus, who made the great defensive play there. Clymer looking to go long, doesn't see anybody yet. And then just dishes it off to Ramirez. I'll tell you, the Union are really working the ball well here in the second half. Little give and go that time, but stolen. And Wokacha right there, 26. He's been all over the place. Not only this game, but really all season. Verkosa on the intercept. Little physical play there. And how about Cahill staying with it? Verkosa on the slide just got a piece of the ball. And the offside flag was up, and we're having a little bit of tempers here. Referee Neil Barbolscu trying to keep order. Here's Clymer, who's been much more active in helping out this Union attack in half number 2. Andrus, who's also really made more runs. How about Cahill that time? What a defensive play. Verkosa. Andrus. I think they're trying to switch to the right side. Yep, Porto. Clymer with a long drive, and that's wide. But Jude Clymer, the 17-year-old, who's been with the academy since about January, really helping out in the attack here in half number 2. Wokacha was looking for Gale. Wokacha just got a piece of that one. Yep, we're going to have a foul. It's going to be a free kick for the Union. By the way, the Union's big club, the MLS team, is playing tonight, hosting rival New York Red Bulls. Colleen, who's into the game, and he kicks that ball wide. Paul Colleen, who has a goal this year, scored in a 3-2 loss to the Westchester Predators. He'll be wearing number 74 into the game. Pressure now by the Union. Again, you can't press for 90 minutes, especially in this heat. How about the pass from Wokacha to Hugo? He's going to try to shoot it. He's trying to get space. Gale tried to pass it back off the Union. Corner kick, Atlantic City. Atlantic City might want that sequence back. Maybe a little too much passing. And Barrigan, who's got to be exhausted from all the running, will be taking the corner kick. Cleary got a head on it, but it went wide. Also in the game for the Union, Lucas Lainez, the Egg Harbor Township product, who will be playing for LaSalle this season. This is only his third game this year for Atlantic City. Here's Andrus. He's carried the ball a lot. Clymer. Cleary on a nice head ball. That's great touch by 5. He got it right to Barrigan. Didn't just head it out, headed it to a teammate, but had to really take something off of that. That's excellent touch. Wokacha. Cisse. Barrigan. Barrigan. Offside. That was Ryan Gale who was offside that time. 82nd minute. 3-2 Atlantic City. After a frenetic first half where all 5 goals were scored, this one's been a little less so. Although both teams had shots off the crossbar here. Here's Ramirez. Colleen. Tried to make the turn, couldn't do it. Barrigan. Barrigan still. Facing pressure. Oh, look at Barrigan. How about that move? I'll tell you, though, with the way they're pressing, the Union are pressing, the Aces have to watch their back passes. Zelfro. And stolen away by Cahill and foul on Zelfro. We have a stoppage here. And now we'll get back to oh, okay. Catalana is leaving the game. And he's being replaced by Tyler Fabian. What a game Catalana's played. Fabian, the former St. Augustine player who graduated from Washington Lee in 2012. Here comes Daniels. Daniels, you know he can tee it up if he has a little room. Maybe made one dribble too many. Fabian now on the outside with the cross. Head ball. Gale right to Sigafus. Well, Gale was in the right position at the right time, but shot it right at the keeper, Zama. And you have to think that he will be making more charges as we're in the 85th minute here and his team down by a goal. Cisse. Ah, pretty interesting step over there as Colleen was applying the pressure. Again, if you're Atlantic City, though, you can't get casual right now in the back. Union looking to put on pressure. Maddock trying to go to Fabian. Zelfro, he's been very active, 91's been. Zelfro again. You got to watch Colleen, 74. He's very active. Porto had that ball. Verkosa now. Good possession. Andrus, he's had a lot of success making runs down that left side. Cisse with the defensive play got his foot in there and somehow flicked it out. Daniels gets over Myrick. Daniels trying to go in, trying to cut two defenders. And how about Verkosa on the defensive play, and they're calling a foul on him. They're saying 85, and not only a foul, but a yellow. Now, I don't know if that yellow was to Verkosa or Zama arguing the point. But either way, it's going to be Atlantic City on the free kick. Cleary looks like he's lining up to take it, although Barrigan's there as well. The two Rowan players. And again, at this distance, I don't think there's any question that Cleary is going for the goal here. Shot! What a rifle shot that time by Cleary, just over the crossbar. And here come the Union. Ramirez, who's also been a lot more active second half. He's got a lot more touches, 71 has. Andrus. Oh, what a job by Zelfro keeping that ball in bounds. How did he do that? Wow. Zama. How about Zama with that footwork? No call, Zama. And that has to be a call, and there's going to be a card. That's on Fabian. That is a tackle that the Eagles would love to see. But a pretty dangerous situation here in the 89th minute. As Andrus is lining up. Asanji, you see him on the far post. Zelfro, head ball. Ramirez, it's kicked in. Score. Colleen. I believe that was Colleen on that goal. Either way, we're tied up at 3. What a scramble in front. In the 90th minute. Well, these two teams played to a draw the first time. Gale trying to get to the ball. Gale. Ogo shot. Score. Up, they called it offside. No goal. Andrus. We're in stoppage time. Colleen. Zama. Now Maddock will probably have to boot this. There's not a ton of time. Nice boot by Maddock that time. Ramirez. Wokacha, who's gone the whole game in the midfield, he's got to be exhausted. He made the stick that time. Wokacha. Cahill. Again, you have to watch these back passes. Cleary will try to take it up from the left side. Gale. Can't quite get to it as Sigafus makes the slide. Boy, Andrus has done a great job carrying the ball, hasn't he, in the second half, 82? And now some pressure by Atlantic City. Cahill made that play, kept it in. Verkosa. Ball out, throw in Atlantic City. Taken down that time was Ogo. And it'll be, looks like Cahill lining up for the free kick. Can't be a lot of time left in stoppage time. They've got to move that wall way back, and they're moving it now. Cahill. Barragan blocked by Myrick. Good idea that time, but Myrick sniffed that play out. That ball's out of bounds. It'll be a throw for Atlantic City. Sigafus gets that time as Fabian made the cross in. Ramirez. Here comes Ramirez with a little bit of steam. Broken up by Cahill. And again, another foul. Ogo. Daniels. Score! How about that heady play? The Union protesting, but Javon Daniels with his second goal of the season. The key was Ogo that time. Put that ball down right away, passed it to Daniels, made the shot, 4-3 Atlantic City. That was a long shot by Zama there. And that's it. What a wild game this was. Atlantic City wins it on the goal and stoppage time by Javon Daniels. 4-3 over the Philadelphia Union Development Squad. So Daniels, his second goal of the season, and both of them have been game winners. So it's just a wild game. Atlantic City trailed 2-0 on 2 goals by Asanji. Then Raymond, Kiernan, and Wokacha scored. We think that Colleen was the one that got the equalizer at 3-3. And then Daniels scoring the game winner to end the season for Atlantic City FC. So Atlantic City FC finishes at 5-4-1, third place in the Keystone East Division. Meanwhile, the Union Development Squad finished up at 1-7-2. And as we said about the Union, they have played a lot better than their record has indicated this year. And both teams, on a very steamy night at Stockton University, went all out here tonight in the final NPSL game of the season. So that'll wrap it up. That final score, Atlantic City 4, Philadelphia Union Development Squad 3. This is Mark Narducci saying thanks so much for watching. Thanks for following us all season, and have a great evening.